So good morning to anyone who's joining me here this morning at West Head. We're here a few minutes early just so that we can check conditions, signals, all of that sort of stuff. Good morning. I could see that there's a few of you joined already. Hi Catherine, lovely to see you. How are you going this morning? And if anyone else would like to say hi and give me a wave or a thumbs up, that'd be great. I'd love to see who's joined us. All right, so Joanne, hi. Anne, great, hi. So let me show you what I'm standing in front of, because you know me. And trees. Hi Matthew, hi Sarah. So we're standing next to this gorgeous big red gum, and just a moment ago I saw a beastie. I wonder if he's still around. There was a little beastie here hanging around a moment ago, and I can't seem to see him. But there's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gum tree. Let's have a look up. Let's go up. Let's go up and see this gorgeous, gorgeous tree. There we go. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? So we're here at West Head. And West Head is, as you'll see, it's absolutely gorgeous. We had sun a few minutes ago, but it seems that the clouds have started to move in. But we are right here overlooking the bush, and then we get glimpses through the trees of the water, and that'll open up. No, we don't have monkeys in Australia. I thought at first they were kookaburras, but now I'm not so sure. It looks like my signal is starting to suffer a little, which is a bit of a concern. So I'm going to keep walking out towards the point. I just noticed that some of the comments were repeating. So if you're getting buffering or lagging, that's just one of the symptoms that I tend to see from my end. Really hoping that everything's going to be fine. When I came up here and looked at the signal the other day, it looked great. So fingers crossed, everybody. So we're going to head out here. Everyone recognises this by now. I probably should cover the number plate. Should I cover the number plate? Hi Jay, welcome. And you have to pay to park here. Well, actually what you have to do is you have to pay to enter the national park. But we have an annual subscription, so that it allows us to park in all the national parks in New South Wales. And there's another lovely gum tree down there. So just get past this garbage bin. And this tells you that a day pass, $12. Now at this point here, there's a track that heads down the hill, and we aren't going to do that, and I'll show you why. Let me just get down these first few steps. During World War II, this was one of the defence posts. It was a battery. There were two 4.7-inch guns. It was the only place in Australia apparently that had two of those big guns, and the gun emplacements were down lower towards the water's edge. But this grade says steep with ladder climbing required. Something I'm no longer suited to, but it shows you here on this map what you would be dealing with. Here, look, so we would walk along here for a bit, and then it goes like that, and then by the time you get out to here, there's a ladder climb to get to. There's one of the gun emplacements, and there's the other one over there. Hi Annette, how you going? Hi Emily, hello. Emily, you're going to see something in a moment that you've seen before, but from a completely different direction. And that's the path that goes down to the water's edge. Down, 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 all the way down. And what goes down must come up. So that's the other reason we're not going down to West Head Battery. Instead, we're going to head over here. And can you see what we're looking down on? So there's a guy in his motorboat heading out, probably to do some fishing. And over here, we'll get another look at that, but that's Lion Island. Can you see why? No, you wouldn't do it either, Sarah. Can you see why it might be called Lion Island? It does tend to look like a sphinx, doesn't it? So where we are here is around about 60 kilometres north of Sydney. I forgot to look up the exact distance. It takes you well over an hour from the city centre to get up to West Head, which overlooks Barrenjoey Lighthouse, which will be familiar to anyone who's done one of Richard's tours. Richard would do it. Yeah, I tried to send him down there and he went, he gave me a big fat no. Here's another one of our gorgeous gum trees. I think this one's a spotted gum. And there's another one of these boats heading out through the heads to do a spot of fishing. And from here we're looking out towards the central coast. So this waterway, it's called Broken Bay. It opens to the Pacific over here on our right. So there's the Pacific Ocean. We've got the beautiful Lion Island as an imposing landmark right in the middle of Broken Bay. There's no public access to Lion Island for recreational purposes. There is access if you have a legitimate reason, such as research or education or something like that. There's a resident colony of little penguins that live on Lion Island. They estimate there's around 300 pairs of little penguins that live over there. Other than that, it's really not home to anything else. Probably some birds. I think the shearwaters nest there on their migration. And then beyond that, that big white thing you see over there behind Lion Island, that's a resort, a big ugly resort. From the other side of the Pacific, yes, Annette, we'll wave. We'll look to our northwest from here, out through the heads, and wave to Sacramento. Wave, everybody. Hang on. Let me wave to Sacramento over there. You can see the seas are up a bit, so the waves are crashing against Lion Island over there. And then over here is Pittwater and Pearl Beach, Umina, Ettalong, places like that on the Central Coast. Another boat heading out. It's quite a few heading out this morning. So of course it's Sunday morning here in Australia. And it's just gone 6:30 in the morning. And before we go too much further, how about we do this? So before we do too much more, what I'd like to do is acknowledge that we're meeting today on the traditional lands of the Garigal people and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. So we're here at West Head, which is part of the Kuringai Chase National Park, and looking at these beautiful landmarks, in particular Barrenjoey Head. And it says, I'm waving to you from the other side of the Pacific Ocean. Don't look too close, it's early in California. I'm still in my granny gown. Hi Laurie, how are you? And every now and again the sun just peeks through the clouds and highlights that gorgeous cliff face on Lion Island. Look at that. And across the water over there at, not sure exactly what that headland is called there, but behind that is Pittwater. And then over here, of course, I reached out to Richard and he's not streaming anymore. The technology just got the better of him, unfortunately. Jay says, I appreciate that we seem to share the same definition of early. Go girls. So that's what Richard climbed up when he went up. I'm talking about Richard from Palm Beach, not my Richard. When he climbed up to Barrenjoey Lighthouse, that's what he climbed. And I've done it before when I was much younger. When I was, I must have been, I'm thinking about 30 years ago. And I can tell you that is one steep climb. I have no intention of doing that again. Love my colourful microphone colour. I made that, Matthew. It's chunky wool and I knitted it. I wasn't prepared to go out and spend the money for a, what do they call them? A dead cat or whatever they're called. So I made it. Do you want to have another look at it? Hang on, let me zoom out before we do. I'll show you, because I know you're a crocheter, aren't you? Here we go. That's my knitted from chunky wool microphone muffle. So I would have gotten up here for sunrise. I was planning to do so, and then I checked the opening time for the national park, and it was 40 minutes after sunrise or something, 20 minutes after sunrise. But of course the best part of sunrise is the pre-dawn, the 20 minutes or so beforehand, which meant that we couldn't get here. We couldn't get here to do it. I was planning to get here at 5:20 and be here for sunrise, which would have been, can you imagine? Look, that's where the sun is now. Look at that. Can you imagine being here for sunrise? Oh, my goodness. Those boats or buoys are down here in front. Those are boats. So this is called Pittwater, and that's the Pittwater side of Palm Beach, and then beyond that is the beach side of Palm Beach. And I don't know if there's anyone here from the UK today. I think most of you are from the Americas. But that's where Home and Away, which is a famous soap opera that's been going for, more than 20 years. I can't say I've ever watched it. I'm not a fan of those sort of soap operas, but the UK love it. And that's where it's filmed, over there. There's a nice little cafe in that boat shed that we're looking down on across the way. Pittwater Playground. That's it, Matthew. Yep, that's Richard's channel. But he's not streaming any longer. I reached out to him. I asked him whether he wanted to get together. We could possibly meet up for a coffee. He says he's busy with his genealogy, which seems to be going along quite nicely for him at the moment. And also he has family here at the moment from Wales, so he's busy with them. But if possible, over the coming couple of weeks, I'll see if we can get together. Now I'm going to see if I can climb up on here. It's a bit high for me, but we'll try. See that thing there? I'm going to try and climb up on that and see it. Well, there's something I can hang on to over here. That'll help. Okay. Up we go. All I have to do is keep my balance now and not fall. Okay. All right, so let's have a look. This is the Northern Beaches. So over there we're looking down on Avalon. I think that might be, let me see, I'm just trying to count the bays. I think that might be, could be Clairville, or Clairville could be even closer to us behind this tree here in the foreground. Clairville's where Richard lives, and then beyond that is Newport. And there's lots of marinas and yacht clubs and things like that along there. Recreational boating is all the thing around Pittwater. And Sarah says, I used to watch Home and Away but gave up after a while. Yeah, I don't see the appeal, Sarah, but anyway, haven't watched it. Matthew says, if you catch up with him, send him my hugs and hugs for you and your Richard as well. Absolutely, Matthew, and thank you. Richard's in Avalon. Okay, Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure whether he was in Avalon or Clairville. Clairville is kind of like the waterfront part of Avalon facing Pittwater, as opposed to the part of Avalon that faces the sea, the coast. Alright, so get in close and have a look at this lighthouse. So that's the Barrenjoey Lighthouse up there. Let's get in nice and close to it. Now the wind's picked up. I'm hoping my muffler's working. There we go, there's another boat heading out to do some fishing, and every now and again, as I said, the sun just catches the cliff on Lion Island. It just looks beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? So what we also have here at West Head is this bronze map, and I'll see if I can get you in front of that, because it being flat and horizontal. Let me see if I can get my camera down to look at it once I get down off here. Alright, there's a handhold. Get down there. We've got this place all to ourselves. That's the beauty of getting to places early. Okay, so let's have a look. So that's where we are right there. That's Barrenjoey Head. So the actual, it's an island that's been connected to the mainland by a sand spit. So where the lighthouse is situated is obviously right on top of there. And then this is Pittwater. So we have Kuringai Bay is this one here. Taylor's Point. And I'm trying to work out where Newport is, but I think it's around about here. This is Scotland Island. Now, when Richard took you on the ferry across to the basin, that was in here. And there's actually a walking track, the road that comes in that I've taken. I'm living at the moment, let me see, where would it be? Around about here, I think. Not far from the Bahai Temple. So we had to come half an hour by road around here, through the national park gates, and then there's a walking track that leads off this road that takes you, oh, there we are, down to the basin. So that's the geography. You can see all the inlets and rivulets and entries and waterways that make up Broken Bay and Pittwater. When we were living at Brooklyn, that was, now let me see, where is that from here? Over here. Over here is Brooklyn. So that's up the Hawkesbury River. There's Brooklyn. There, we took you across to Dangar Island on one of my tours. And that's the Hawkesbury River Bridge. So here we go. Broken Bay, West Head, Hawkesbury River, and I was living at Brooklyn over here. If that is helpful in any way. Now look at this magnificent. Look at this. Now that's a red gum, isn't it? Look at the colour of it. Isn't that stunning? That is just a beautiful tree. I'm going to take you over and show you something else that's quite interesting over here, and we'll come back. We won't. We're not finished with Barrenjoey Head and the view, but I want to take you over here and show you something interesting. That, yeah, no problem, Emily. Now, what I'm about to show you is called an Aboriginal scar tree, and occasionally you come across them. And we'll come back and look at that spotted gum in a moment as well. But over here, so what the early Indigenous people would have done is they would have taken a piece of bark out of the tree, not all the way around because that would kill the tree, but they would take from one side, and then the tree would heal around where the bark was taken from. In fact, there are two here. So there's this one here, and they would have used that larger ones for making canoes, smaller ones for making things called coulamons, which are the trays that they carry their food in. But this one here, I'm not sure what's happened to the tree itself after the bark's been taken. It still lives, so the tree's still living, but this part of it has been affected by termites. So it's actually dead, that part of it now. But then this one over here is another scar tree, and you can actually see this one hasn't been affected by the removal of the bark at all. It's still very healthy. So that's an Aboriginal scar tree, and I find that really fascinating. This one here that I wanted to show you, which is the best way to get back to it. I'll go this way. Oh, hang on. There's things all over the place. Let's go over here first. So here's where the track head is for some of the trails that head down to the water. So we can see, looking at this map, that there are 3 beaches down here. West Head Beach, Resolute Beach and Great Mackerel Beach. And then if we were to head in that direction, the track takes you to another Indigenous site, Red Hands Cave. And that's something I'm planning to come back to another time, but I need to investigate the track first. So what we're looking at is we're here at West Head Lookout, and then there are several beaches that this track can take you down to, and the Red Hands Cave is over in that direction, and there's also a picnic area. So we're going to go ahead and have a look at the picnic area and walk back to the Red Hands Cave. In fact, there's 2 Aboriginal sites along there, so we're going to have a look at those and see what they look like, if they're worth coming back for, and what the trail's like. But that's what the trail starts out as when we head down there. So it starts out looking all right. And then over on my left, the trail down to the beaches, once again, it becomes steep. Lots of steps. And you come out the same way you go in. So that's in my past. I'm no longer fit enough to do trails like that. Mike just joined. Oh, Mike. So M&M are here. Welcome. Great to see you, Mike. I haven't seen you for ages. You two must have been really busy. Mike, I think you changed jobs some time ago, didn't you? And this is a spotted gum. Now this is beautiful as well. Look at this. You can see that there's somebody's just turned up on his bike. Look at the colour of this tree. Isn't this gorgeous? Look, as we go up, just have a look at the trunk of it. And it's called a spotted gum. Now I just got a battery warning, so I'm going to try and plug in my backup battery while we talk. You have a look at this beautiful tree while I plug in my backup battery. We might get a little jolt as I connect the cable. Oh, come on, do it. Go in there. Go in there. And hopefully that's going to be enough to keep us going for another 15-20 minutes. So there's the colour of this gorgeous gum tree. I'm going to go in close on it just to show you. It's just the most beautiful texture as well. Look at that. There you are. An Australian gum tree. and unfortunately the leaves are too high up. I can't even show you. We have to go right up there to see what the leaves look like. And I just heard the first call of the cicada for the day. I wonder how loud they're going to get. All right, which way out of here and back to where the views are? Let's go. Look at the sun now. Oh. Do you hear the cicadas? We're going to go this way. We're going to go overland, up over this rock, back towards Lion Island. I was hoping we might see a wallaby or two up here before crowds turned up, but we weren't lucky. We weren't lucky this morning. And all this cloud is the prequel of... Hi, Dan. Thanks for joining me. We're going to have about a week of cloud and rain. Christmas Day is going to be a very pleasant 24 degrees, because some years we get Christmas Day and it's over 30 and it's horrible. So this year we're looking forward to a nice, mild Christmas Day. And looks like arbutus trees here on Canada's west coast. I'll have to look up what an arbutus tree is, Dan. But great to see you. Thanks for joining me. Now tell me, did anybody attempt to try the link on the Facebook group that takes you directly to this tour via the website? I'm curious to know whether anyone attempted to do that, what the result was, what happened when they attempted to do so. I know Leonie and John said that it's a bit early yet, they're not quite there, but I'm still curious to see what the result was, if anyone did attempt to try it. I've come back to look at this gorgeous tree. Sorry guys, if you're not huge fans of trees, this is probably boring for you, but I just love them. I love our trees. I love the colour. I love their twisting shapes. And let's see if I can get an artistic shot of Lion Island. Look, through there. Yes, and even then, Emily, we're only going to see a couple of them this year. Lauren's away in Darwin at the moment. She's up there working. We won't get to see her for Christmas. She won't be back until after Christmas. Hi, Michelle. And one of my other kids, oops, my little muffle has slipped down. Let me put that back. One of my other kids is having a bit of a tough time at the moment. We're not sure how we're going to go, if we're going to see him or not. But otherwise, next year we won't be here for Christmas. After that, we probably will be. We think we're probably only going to be away for about a year. Oh, you and me both, Sarah. Hi, Cynthia. You tried the link and it didn't work for you. Thanks for letting me know. Excellent. Thank you for that. That's really good to know. All right, let's come back down and have a look at Barrenjoey Head with the sun fully shining down on the Pacific Ocean and Pittwater right now. Everything's glowing. Everything's looking really gorgeous. It's a sparkling day. I'm going to climb up here again. Oh, give me 2 seconds. We're up. We're up. And Emily says, do you see her before you go? Yes, she'll be back on the 28th of December and we leave on the 10th of January. So we'll catch a day or two because she's working, and but we're back in Sydney, so we've got the best chance of seeing her now, at least once before we go. Here we go, look at that. Let's zoom in on that. How does that look? I'm struggling to see the screen because of the sun. Does it look good? I'll go in a bit closer on the lighthouse. Try and see. Hoping that is in the frame. And let me slowly pan around. There we go. Just a gorgeous location, isn't it? I can hear more cicadas. Here's some boats coming back in through the heads. Some of these guys will be heading upriver. And the clouds are starting to look quite dark. Alright, I just had a second battery warning, so if I lose you, it looks like my battery pack isn't working. If I lose you, it's because my battery died. So how about I preempt a farewell just in case that happens. Alright, so if I lose you guys, I've absolutely adored having your company as always, but I'm going to keep going for at least another 5 or 10 minutes. Get this hair out of my face, and we'll see how it goes. Let's not intrude on following him. I was trying to not do intrude on his space, and I ended up following him. All right. So the next tour that I'm doing is let me think. Next Saturday. It probably will be cloudy, overcast, but it is another beautiful coastal location. This one involves one of our many beautiful ocean pools, and starting at the cliff tops down at DY, Curl Beach, and heading down towards North Curl Pool. Love from Arizona. Yeah. Thanks, Matthew. And Dan says, thanks for the beautiful moments there in case the battery dies. Yes. All right, let's not spend the last dying moments of my battery looking at me, huh? Okay, so yes, as I was saying, my next tour is going to be starting at the cliff tops, again early morning. Now I'm going to try and do sunrise on Christmas Day, but of course at this stage we think it's going to be cloudy at Christmas Day, so I should more accurately describe that as first light, perhaps. We're going to head down to North Narrabeen Pool. We have done sunrise from there once or twice before. I think Richard might have been there. I don't know if he was there for sunrise, but I know he's been there as well. It's a gorgeous location. It would be a lovely place. Of course, everyone knows that we see Santa before you guys do. So I thought, why not do sunrise or early morning, the first light for Christmas Day. Of course, I wouldn't be able to claim that if we had New Zealand guides, but we don't seem to have anyone from New Zealand as part of our community any longer. Louise is, well, there's a drone, I think. I think Louise is being operating independently. Let me see if I can get in on that. Can you see that? Is that a drone or a bird? I don't know, my eyesight's dreadful. What is that? I'm not sure what that is. Narrabeen's gorgeous, Emily. It's where I grew up. It's got to be a bird. What sort? The way it's flying. Look at that. There, that's a bird. Okay. It must be a sea eagle, do you think? Where's it going? Let me see. Round the other side of this tree. There it is. Yeah, I've got him. I've got it. Okay, right into the sun. That makes it really difficult. That must be a sea eagle. I'm sure it is. Richard's spotted it as well. Let's see if he's seen where it went. Is it still there? Is it still there? Oh, it went round the bend. Okay. We got fairly good shot of him though. He's gone off. He's off in the distance. He might head back. Let me see. Can we zoom in on him again? Yeah. Is it a sea eagle? I think it must be. Now I don't even know if I've got him in frame because of the way I'm looking in the towards the light. All right. It's a little bit too far away, I think. And I'm chasing ghosts and shadows, so I don't know. All right. I might finish up, guys, because just wandering backwards and forwards between the trees is not really providing additional content, is it? Dan says, soaring too much to be a seagull. No, well, I think it was a sea eagle. And Dolores, yeah, it looks like an eagle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it was a sea eagle. I'm going to see if I can capture a still of it when I play the video back. I was going to say some kind of hawk or eagle by how it's flying. Yeah, it was more gliding and soaring, wasn't it? All right, I'm going to sort of walk up this way a little bit. We'll finish up over here. We've gone almost 40 minutes, so that's not too bad. But I'm expecting my battery to die, and as I said, all I'm doing is wandering backwards and forwards now between the pretty trees and not really offering you very much more in the way of content. So I hope you enjoyed this location. I love it here. It's a beautiful place to come to, and if we can get sunrise here one day, that would be amazing. If I don't see you before Christmas, peace and love and all of that, and I hope it's a special time with whoever's special to you. I think Richard's seen it again. Oh, here he is. He's coming back our way. Hang on. Oh. No. Just a little too hard to catch with this tree in the way, and into the sun as well. But that was definitely an eagle. Oh, there's another one above you. We've got about 3 of them up here. Okay, this isn't doing your this isn't doing your watchability much good by just chasing them all over the sky. So I'm going to zoom out again. And once again, thank you. All right, everyone. I've really enjoyed your company. See you again soon. Bye for now.